Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Arababiah coming at you from the Chicago camp with a quick lesson. I titled this lesson, New Prisons. So I got this quick clip where they were talking about, how they were going to make new prisons for men to serve, a new jailing system, and, it coincides with, what the Bible talks about when it's talking about, this is going into that Revelations 13, 16 through 18, that mark, this is where they're going. And this is how the elders and apostles of GMS said they would sell it. They're going to try to normalize this. They're going to try to make it not a big deal, But this video is, they're telling on themselves. It's showing you that their plans are to get everyone, with this mark, They're trying to sell it in the jails now. So now, instead of you going to jail and doing however many years, you could serve all those years in a short amount of time by getting this implant, So I'm gonna let the video talk about it. But before I go into that, I want to read a quick scripture because this wasn't done. This wasn't done at a small level. Didn't a TV show get this done? This was done at a high level through the government, because this was their plan all along, was to try to get everyone with that mark. I'm going to go to Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against the powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." So that is the truth. This right here is done at a high level in the government because the government, or the people that run the government, which is Esau, is looking to have complete and total control of the world. That's their plan. And that's what this is going to do, ultimately. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play this video. Check this out.
Coming up with a new prison that allows inmates to serve years of their sentence in just a matter of minutes. So the criminals is going to have a choice to spend tens of years behind bars, or they can make the choice to get the artificial memory implanted into their brain. So this process is called Cognify. And
I want you to stop it. Did you hear what they said? Did you hear what she said? She said they could either do time or they can get this implant in their brain. This is how they're going to sell it.
The of it is to treat the criminal like a patient. They're going to try to change the person's brain chemistry. After this process, when they re-enter society, they will be new and reformed, and they won't even be capable of committing any other crime. The chip can make the patient feel empathetic. Depending on the severity of the crime, the chip can also make you feel the emotional and physical pain of the victim and the family members. You can feel what they felt. So the process only takes about 7 minutes. But to the patient, it seemed like it had been years. Last year, the U.S. government spent $8.7 billion taxpayers' dollars on the prison. They say with this new prison, they can save money for health care, education. Also, they feel that it will be so many reformed people that doesn't commit crimes. Y'all leave in the comments and tell me what y'all think about this. Do y'all think this is actually going to work? Or do y'all think that they're creating something that they don't even know that they're creating? Y'all leave in the comments and tell me what y'all think. So they coming up with a...
Wow. Well, you already know. Let's go to the scriptures real quick. Let's go to, I want to go to Sirach, chapter 14. I'm going to go to I'm going to go to chapter 4. I'm going to start. The point is in 7. It says, "He that gathereth by defrauding his own soul, gather for others, that should not spend their goods righteously. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He should not take pleasure in his goods. This man poison this very air he breathes, the very water he drink, the food he eat. He's evil to his own self. Verse 6, it says, there is none worse than he that envieth himself, and that is a recompense of his wickedness. This is the point here in verse 7. It says, if he doeth good, he do it unwillingly, and at last he would declare his wickedness. So they're telling you right now that this is a good thing, because the inmates will have remorse. You know, they won't remember what they done, but they fail to tell you that someone is going to be in control of those men. When they get that implant or that MOTB in them, they no longer are themselves. Someone is controlling them. And that's the part they always leave out, you know, these devils. Let me go to, I want to go to Psalms chapter 64. I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune lying snares privately. This is a snare. This is a trap that they're laying for these men. And what's happening, these men have nothing to lose. So to a man that's doing a lot of time in prison, something like this is where they can get out is a big deal. But it's a snare, because it's a trap, because once you take that MOTB, you're no longer you. You're there to someone else really controlling you. You know, that's what this is talking about. It says they encourage themselves. This is Psalm 64 and 5. It says they encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune lying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them in their heart is deep. You know, so that's this man right here. He thinks far down the line. You know, he has deep thought on everything he does. He doesn't do anything in waste. He makes every part of his thought and every act that he does count, you know. This right here, you know, when you think about it, this is a perversion, you know. This is where they sell their technology, where they can manipulate, you know, where they can take control of an individual. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 47, verse 10. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else besides me. So that's the spirit of this man, you know. And this is a perversion. You know, who would, in their right mind, would want to do something like this to someone? You know, have full control of them, make them think, make them feel, you know, how they want them to feel. Just control. Who? This, you know, you got to have a certain mindset to want to do that, to even come up with something like that. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. I'll start at verse 7. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he that but now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, that's through his prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the workings of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders. This right here is a perfect example of a lying wonder. You know, this is straight wickedness. You know, this is a perfect example of this devil not having, you know, he knows that he has a short time. You know, he knows that the walls are closing in on him, and he has to get his system off the ground. He sees that the Israelites are waking up, and, you know, that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua will be back soon. I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rekakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom till next time, Lord willing. Shalom.